Start again. Oh, damn.
Yuck.
Brilliant.
Can't see the dock, so I'm trying to operate a little bit out of my own line of sight, so we have to have someone tell me how close we are so I don't go crunch.
We can tell you.
Ouch. Too late.
We have a sailor with us. Let's take the helmet up. Quite a lot of Was it computer? Did he say computer?
What?
Convention computer expert or something? I wonder if they're going to send Gary here.
Rejoin onto the channel. We're going to continue north on our trip, work our way up to Geneva Park, and for the folks that got on at the Fern, just a point you may remember, don't get off in Aurelia unless you got cab fare.
Thank you.
Which island is it we stop at?
Okay, now we're just slowly working ourselves back up to our 7-mile-an-hour cruising speed. Because it's quite shallow here, I don't like to run the motor too hard. It might suck something up off the bottom, and I got big stainless steel propellers on here that will probably chop a log in half, but I don't want to try. I'll just take it easy here. There's a little off our normal beaten path. Now we're down in amongst what we call the cottage islands on the lake. On our immediate right-hand side we have Goat Island. Ahead of it, directly ahead, is Heron Island, and you can't quite see it right now. It's here at the south end. Have electricity and they have telephones. Now I mentioned earlier about the water of Lake Couchiching actually coming from Lake Simcoe. Down on our left is the Ashley Narrows. The water always flows from the Narrows, from Lake Simcoe to Lake Couchiching. It leaves Lake Couchiching, it goes down the Severn River, finding its way to Georgian Bay. In this particular area, it's quite shallow, and because of that current coming in from the Ashley Narrows, you wouldn't want to venture out here in the winter time unless you've got a real good cold day and good local knowledge, because the current makes flesh-eating bird, and because of that, they were almost extinct with the DDT. Now DDT is gone, they can incubate and raise to maturity, and the cormorants are back in big numbers. And Ship Island, the little island on the left, there'll never be any development on it because it's too small to support the requirements for a septic system. I'm quite surprised the cormorants on the left are not flying away. Normally they take flight. Oops, I'm fairly close. Oh, here they go. Those aren't just gorgeous off on the left. You see all the weight up there on the left. Those are what we call jet skis or wet bikes or whatever you want to call them. They have about 5 names. The most common is Sea-Doo, but the politically correct is Personal Watercraft or PWC. And they think we've got a big wave following behind us. They want to come and jump it, but we don't, so they won't stick around too long. I have seen those Sea-Doos with 2 passengers pulling 2 skiers. And they average the price between anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000. Now between the Birchmere, all having their family get-together, the barbecue in the backyard. We do that every year. The Birchmere folks come on the boat every year once or twice to bring the clients out the boat house. From the Birchmere to the filtration plant, there's a 50-foot lot in there. There's a 50-foot lot. There wasn't an old house on it. About 6 years ago, I was sitting down. The city of Orillia, for that 50-foot waterfront vacant lot, paid $985,000. Figure out the commission on that sale for the real estate deal. Now, the city of Orillia draws 95% of its water from the lake. And if you wonder why Aurelia's water always tastes so loud, it's because the cruise boat tries to across the intake at least 3 times a day. Just kidding, just kidding. The intake 3 out in the lake. And this marks the beginning of the waterfront park here in Orillia called the Couche Park. The most predominant feature of the park is the large statue there. It's a twice life-size replication of Samuel de Champlain. It's called the Champlain Monument. And on that note, what was Ontario called before it was called Ontario? Are you ready for this one? Ontario, before it was called Ontario, was called Quebec. Then the English came along and called it Upper and Lower Canada. But before that, it was called, all this area was called Quebec. And that beautiful park with the, yeah, do we get to vote in the next referendum? Who only knows? Anyways, this park is the anchor of our downtown waterfront. It's within walking distance of the main street of Orillia. There's a marine launching ramp that's free. Picnic pavilions. If you're going to have a family reunion, you can actually book them and reserve them for a small fee and have them for your own exclusive use. There's historical sites in the park, and it's really quite a nice place to spend an afternoon. The harbor of Orillia, well, tonight's Saturday night, and boating traffic is down a little bit. It's not as busy as we have seen in the hot summers Saturday nights. This is a beautiful harbor, and it's considered the jewel of the Prince. The reason we have empty spaces here, down in Barrie, they rent their dock space by the season. In Orillia, we rent dock spaces by the day. This is a transient marina, and consequently it creates a lot of activity and economic activity for our local merchants, because these folks can only stay here 14 consecutive days, and then they have to move on, or go out for a bit of a boat ride. You can't come here and just rent a space and park your boat for the summer, all summer season. This is a transient marina. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now for the ladies and gentlemen on board from the Fern Resort, do not get off here unless you've got cab fare. For everybody else on board, I'd like to thank you for joining with us. We're going to start to slow the boat down here as we work our way up into our dock area. If you do enjoy boat cruises, I would mention that as one of our highlighted cruises in the fall season, we have our all-day Sparrow Lake lunch cruise. Now, unfortunately, there will be no one in the office because I got to drive the boat back over to the Fern. But if you do like a nice afternoon, a fall color cruise, our all-day lunch cruise is the best. It's We take the boat from here, go all the way up the Severn River to Sparrow Lake. We include an all-day coffee, a continental breakfast, a lunch. We sell 110 tickets, and it's $32.95 per person by reservation only, and it is a highlighted item in our brochure. So if you're interested in booking, I think we've got about 25 or 30 seats left. It's the last Sunday of September and the first Sunday of October, and it's always at the peak of the season, so if you do like boat rides, that's always an all-time favorite. So for everybody that got on board from Aurelia, I'd like to thank you for joining with us. Hopefully you've enjoyed your day. Maybe we'll see you again, and hopefully all your summertime holiday days have been nice days just like today. Thank you very much.
Watch the game. They can afford it, guys.
I don't need that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now, as I had said, this is one of the few times we've ever done this. It's having a wedding over in the park. Isn't that nice? If you're from the Fern, please remain on the boat. And if you're not from the Fern, please have all your personal effects accounted for, cameras, caps, and the like. Often people come back and say, oh, did I leave my camera or leave my sweater? We're going to be leaving here, and we won't be back for about an hour. So if you are one of the people who joined on here in Aurelia, this is where you'll be getting off. And do please make sure you have all your personal effects, because we will be leaving the dock as soon as the last of the people on board have departed. Thank you.
been going for a